Here are some quick, useful tips that will help you as you start entering evidences into your gradebook in Infinite Campus. So, a common question I've gotten this week is that a teacher has entered an assignment into Infinite Campus, but it's just not showing up in their gradebook. So, you can see that I have one assignment here already. It is a short story theme. However, I did create a second assignment and it's not showing up. There's likely two reasons for this, and the first one is probably what's happening. So, in Empower, the due dates didn't matter as much because we had year long grading. And so every assignment showed up in your grade book. The difference with Infinite Campus is that now we have 4 terms, and the assignment is only going to show up in the term that the due date occurs. So for this assignment over here, the due date is 9/7, so it's under first term. Now, when I created a second assignment, the due date isn't until October 7th. So that assignment isn't going to show up in the first term, it's going to show up in the second term. This does not affect our power law when we talk about standards-based grading and mastery learning. As you can see here, these are cumulative grades, so it's just going to keep building throughout the year. So even though you're only putting an assignment in first term, it is still going to carry into all of the other terms for the rest of the year. So to fix this problem, if you want it to put it in term 1 so that you could put in a score now, all you have to do is click on the assignment, click edit, and just change this date back to a date that is in term 1. The other scenario that I've noticed is that some teachers are forgetting to, at the bottom here, save and add it to another section. So maybe it's showing up in one class, but it's not showing up in another class. So in order to do that, you can hit save and then add it to your other classes that you want that assignment to show up in. And then always make sure that you're saving your changes. And then once you've saved it, you can X out of this screen. Remember, we're still in term 2. You have to get used to going back to term 1 if you're switching between terms. And now both of my assignments live in here. Another thing I want to show you is that when you start entering scores, you'll notice that grades will start calculating. So once you have 2 pieces of evidence in, those grades will start calculating for you. So you can see as I'm adding scores, it is starting to factor a grade for them. So notice here there's a 0. And Infinite Campus does not recognize 0. It is invalid. So it does not count that as a score. It does not factor into that student's level of mastery, and it won't be counted. So my choices are to either change that. So if the student attempted the assignment, then they do get a 1. Or if the student did not turn in any work, that's where you can hit the little blue arrow and you can note that. You can make it a missing assignment. That will signal to the student and to families that that student has a missing assignment and they need to submit it. It will not factor into the grade until they've submitted it and you have assigned them a score. Another issue that has arisen this week is that some people, when they look in their grade book, they have no standards under tasks. That is an issue that will need to be fixed by Dr. Cox. And so please let your coach know that you are not seeing any standards in the task bar so that your coach can address that issue.